All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostle Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, as the title reads, what I think I put, they're going to need every small hat on deck, okay? Because, I came across this article in the TOI, which is the Times of Israel, and it was an article basically talk about actual small hat exemptions in the military over there in our land. But basically, if you go that route and being going, because they go to school and all that, I'm gonna get the article right here actually. TOI, Times of Israel, and the picture on the thumbnail I was taken in September, a month before this whole thing happened with them and them and Ishmael over there. Okay, so it says AG says, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but it says face military draft if no legislation by April seeks deadline extension, because that extension is for them to be exempt from joining the military. But keep in mind, remember, they're at war right now. So more likely they're eventually gonna get rid of that shit, because they're gonna need all small hands on deck. You can't just sit this one out just fucking learning law while there's a whole war going on and people dying by the day. Soldiers, civilians, or what have you, and it's gonna get worse. This is gonna get worse. Okay, that's why they're doing this, and that's why they're talking about, like, it has to be, they have to meet about this, and I think the deadline is March something. They will have by April 1st, but the deadline will be March 31st. Okay, so I'm gonna read this article, and it says, responding to petitions, Barav Miara's office tells top court more time needed to solve community's army service conundrum. Smotrich, situation is outrageous, cannot continue. Because basically, right now, that them being exempt from military, they don't have to go to war. But these are military men. Okay, and I'm gonna read the article. I'll let it be edifying. It's Lord willing, this be edifying. And I got a couple scriptures too. It says the Attorney General's office told the High Court of Justice Wednesday that the government was engaged in intensive efforts to formulate new legislation to regulate exemptions from military service for ultra-Orthodox men, and asked the court for a further extension to a rapidly approaching March 31st deadline to pass such a law. So they're basically trying to regulate these exemptions so the exemptions can continue, because basically there's a deadline coming up about it. So it says, responding to petitions against the current arrangement on Wednesday, which was yesterday, whatever the fuck this motherfucker's name, Miara's office pointed out that without an extension to government resolution from June 2023, which temporarily permitted the government to not draft ultra small hats men while a solution was formulated, the state will not be legally entitled to continue exempting the group from military conscription and will need to start enlisting them on April 1st. So call Lord YAHAWASHI, Lord willing, that goes down, man. You motherfuckers have to get your hands dirty, man. Who the fuck y'all think y'all is, man? Y'all just first off, this country is sending them over there $3.8 billion annually. Y'all doing all this shit, y'all own everything, but you ain't think you won't have to go to war soon? Bet. What did the Lord say? What did Yahawah say? I shall have war with Amalek from generation to generation, man. And you think you men, you're just gonna be able to sit in the sunset while the other motherfuckers is just fighting? That's not what happened to the mighty men of Israel? What happened to the mighty men y'all the house of David? Men of Israel supposed to be men of warriors. The only time men of Israel didn't go to war is if they got married, or if they had like a disability, or they were a certain age. There was not that many there was no exemptions of Israel. Like, you had most men of Israel went to war. That's what it was. And so now all of a sudden you have this threat on your hands, and now you don't want to go to war. You want to go to law school. But continuing on, it says in 2017, the High Court struck down legislation allowing the blanket exemption of Haredi men from military service as discriminatory, and gave the government 1 year to pass new legislation that would boost levels of ultra small hats military enlistment. Due to numerous elections that occurred in the interim, it has since given the state multiple extensions to that deadline. Yeah, but now Yahawah Bashim Al-Shah saying what? Now the deadline is over. Remember, I shall have war. Remember, the Lord said, I shall have war with Amalek from generation to generation. He did not consider his latter end. You have to get your hands dirty, boy. It says, since the law that the High Court struck down could not itself be extended beyond June 2023, the current cabinet passed a government resolution that month to legally enable the military not to draft small hat men until the end of March 2024, which is next month. That's actually approximately a month. It says, in order to give the government time to formulate a new arrangement for small hat military exemptions that will comply with the High Court's 2017 ruling, which was 2017, that's 7 years ago. But look what's been happening now over the last few months. War. And they keep shoving October 7th down our face, right? You want to keep us thinking about October 7th? Well, go fight for your country, nigga. Go fight for your people. Why the fuck do you want to be exempt? Wouldn't you want to fight for your people if you big and bad? You big and bad, you God's chosen people, right? Immortals, I thought. Because that's what the Lord said Israel was going to be once they got to that land. But y'all seeming real fickle right now. You scared? Motherfuckers scared. It says, but the war in Gaza and the massive call-ups by the military put off any such legislation. It says, with public appetite for prolonging the current state of affairs at a nadir, and amid growing calls for young small hats to share the burden of service to the country with the rest of the public. Get your asses in the ring. Get your asses in the ring. Here it is. You got America sending them a bunch of money in military aid, but here it is. These motherfuckers can just sit idly by and while the rest of them go to war. Is that what you saying to the world? Oh, I'm gonna continue reading. It says the IDF's Personnel Directorate told a Knesset committee earlier Wednesday that some 60,000 young men from the small hat community received an exemption from military service over the past year, reportedly an all-time record. Some 540 of them decided to enlist since the war started, the IDF said. So out of 66,000, only 540 enlisted. That's like down at 0 point something percentage. That's not fair. How's that fair? Y'all over there in that land, you think y'all just gonna sit idly by while your comrades go to war? It says the response filed on Wednesday to the court, drafted by the state attorney's office and filed by the attorney general's office, stated that the outbreak of war after October 7th had made it impossible for the government to formulate an agreement within the coalition on the highly delicate issue and pass necessary legislation before the March 31st deadline. I pray, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, I pray, fuck that deadline. Make them niggas go to war, man. This shouldn't even be a discussion. Fuck that shit, man. Just cut that shit off. Oh, I'm trying to wait for March 31st deadline. Man, you going to war now. It's February 22nd. You gonna wait till, how much more people are gonna die between now and March 31st on either side? How much more is gonna happen, period, in the world as far as Esau's kingdom being destroyed? And y'all just gonna sit there idly by with your small hats and your Abe Lincoln beards and just chilling while motherfuckers just at war. Your own countrymen. Pussy shit, man. It says, since meeting the deadline is now impossible, the state asked the court to allow it to merely update the court by the end of March on its effect to draw up a suitable legislative framework for increasing ultra small hat enlistment. Yeah, get your asses in the ring. That's basically what it's saying, and Lord willing, I hope that's the case, man. Sick of you fucking Amalekites, man, especially you small hats. YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, say you're going to have war with all of y'all at Amalek and Esau. This is about time for your end, man. You want to get in the ring, my nigga. It says the Attorney General's office said that by March 4th, the government should have details on emerging legislation to tackle the issue and will then request another extension for the Knesset to pass a new law by June 30th. They're trying so hard not to go to war. They're trying so hard to keep the small hats exempt. Nah, I hope this shit goes against, I hope it doesn't go according to their plan. I hope the exemption doesn't continue. But continuing on, It says, even though a legislative arrangement regarding whatever small hat students and graduates of ultra small hat educational institutions has yet to be formulated, there is currently an intensive dialogue between all the relevant parties in an attempt to reach a possible outline of response said. However, here you go with that However, at this time, there is still no actual outline that can be announced, and according to what was communicated by the Prime Minister's office and the Defense Ministry in the state's announcement on February 15, 2024, that is a uniquely sensitive and complex issue like no other, particularly in the midst of a war and during the term of a national emergency government the state contains. So they're in war right now. So you can't, as a man, this is your country at war. It should be all hands on deck. So it means all hands on deck and all small hats on deck. Fight for your countrymen, man. Don't you want to get the hostages back? It should be the line should be long as hell for the enlistment for the military over there. But no, they want to be able to keep the small hats exempt so they can stay in their little bubble. It says, at the expiration date of June 2023, if resolution is not extended by a new decision that will set down a timetable for completing primary legislation by June 30th, 2024, there will be no source of legal authority that allows blatant avoidance of the procedures for recruiting small hat students that stay added. So yeah, get your niggas in the ring, man. It says, ultra small hat men of military age have been able to avoid the military draft for decades. Remember, they was declared a state in 1948. So from then till now, I guess it's been like this, I would assume. It says, ultra small hat men of military age have been able to avoid the military draft for decades by enrolling for study in yeshivas and repeatedly obtaining one-year military service deferrals provided for whatever yeshiva students until they reach the age of military exemption. So they able to just go to school. Nah, cut that shit off, man. Send them motherfucking bastards over there, man. Send them to war, man. The fuck? It says, an arrangement legislated on several occasions by different governments up until it was struck down for the third time by the High Court in 2017. 7 years ago, completion. It says the court has, however, been generous with the extension it has granted the state in light of the potentially explosive societal situation in which tens of thousands of ultra small hat men would face imprisonment if they refuse to enlist, should the extension to deferral arrangement not be extended. So it means if they don't extend it and they don't enlist, they could face imprisonment. Call on YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, man. It says religious leadership is fiercely opposed to young men enlisting in the army, arguing that their religious studies are more important. More important than war? More important than your safety, national security? Fear of the enlisting in the army. They're arguing that the religious studies are more important. Fear of young men losing their ultra small hat identity during military service is also a key factor in the opposition of small hat rabbis to enlistment, and has led small hat political parties to apply heavy pressure on numerous governments to perpetuate the blanket exemptions. The movement, they're basically just pleading for these motherfuckers to not to join the military, man. But let's see what the YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI had to say about Amalek, man. You think you gonna sit out the war, motherfucker, because you want to learn? Man, fuck your religious studies, man. Then the Lord said that man's religion is vain. So your religious studies is more important than you fighting for your quote unquote people. Okay, we're going to go to the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 16. This chapter speaks on Amalek, but I'm gonna read verse 16 and get to the point. I actually got to get going soon. So this is the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 16, and it reads, "For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation," man. So ain't no sitting this shit out this time. Your time of sitting out military exemption and all that shit is over with, man. Lord willing, man. Lord willing, man, I hope they cut that extension off. So you motherfuckers got to get in the fight. You got to fight. For Exodus 17:16 declared it. Thus saith Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, it says, for he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek, which is y'all, you small heads, because you're the ones in the land. You're the head of Esau. He said, we'll have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Now let's go to the book of Numbers real quick. And I believe this is the Moabite or Ammonite king speaking, Balaam. I think that's his name. Yeah, Balaam. And matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 17, and it reads. This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 17. It says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. Now that star out of Jacob, the one you don't see now, but we will see, which is soon, is YAHWASHI. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheba. But it said what? And the next, that's Moab, that's China. So you think China got next? No, because China's up in there too. Y'all gonna get judged when YAHWASHI comes back. Because y'all next up. Y'all second in line of the Esau as far as power goes and, like, you know, all y'all shit. And it says verse 18, it says, and Edom, which is also Amalek, because Amalek is who? The son of Esau. Edom. Edomites. It says in Numbers 24 and 18, and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly, man. Y'all not the real Israelites, man. Clearly. Look what y'all going through right now. It's war going on right now. The Lord said specifically when the nation of Israel went back to the land of Israel, the nation shall learn war no more. That's clearly not the case right now, but continuing on. It says, out of Jacob shall he have, and it says, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion and shall destroy him that remaineth for the city. Verse 20, and now this is what the king saw in the trance that he had. It said, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever, man. You ain't getting another rulership after this. This is it, motherfuckers. So now you put them small heads up there on the field, man. Get them in the military, man. Get them in the fight. This y'all war, man. They came against y'all. Why the fuck you need everybody else help? You need Americans. You need this help, the NATO, the UN, all this shit. When you got a bunch of motherfuckers, you've been getting billions of dollars already for fucking years. Years. They send the small hats $3.8 billion a fucking year off GP. And now you got all the war shit going on. Oh, it's done, man. You're done, man. Call Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. So, you know, Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. So, you know, with that, you know, Lord, when it's edifying, I gotta get going. But, you know, say all praises to Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM KAKADASH. Double honor to the Apostle of Israel, a.k.a. Apostle Great Millstone. Shalom, shalom. And we almost out of here. Watch as well as pray, man. It's going down. Okay? With that, I'm going to say shalom.